Hello and welcome to another episode of Daily Draft Logs. This is episode 15. We're looking at a Kaldheim Premier Draft submitted to us by our friend FoughtFoosInWW2. Thank you so much for submitting. As always, please like and subscribe if you find these videos useful. And if you would like to submit a draft log of your own via 17lands.com or some other tracking service, you can do so in the comments or in my Discord channel, which will be linked below. Let's get into it. Here we are with our pick one, pack one. The rare Sarulf Realm Eater, 1 black, green, 3/3. Whenever an opponent puts something in their graveyard, it gets bigger. And then you can remove 1/1 counters during your upkeep to remove everything from the game that is that CMC or less. This card has been way better than I thought it would be. For some reason, it just seems to dominate the game and sort of warp the game. So I'm actually pretty excited about the opportunity to first pick it. This pack is quite strong, though. We're looking at Svella as well as a really nice option here. And I do believe that is pretty close. The fact that Svella is a snow permanent, it creates more snow permanents. It slowly but surely fixes your mana and then has a real big late game effect. I feel like this pick is close, and I'm not 100% sure which of the two is correct. I like red a whole lot better than black in this format on power level, but black is underdrafted right now because people know that it's not great. So, do you take Svella because you think red is better than black, or do you take Sarulf because you think black is going to be more available than red? Either way, green's a great main color for your deck. I like the pick here, so we're taking Sarulf Realm Eater, pick one, keeping our eyes open for an Elderfang Disciple or a Masked Vandal to come back on the wheel. Let's see what pick two has to offer us here. Pick two. And I'll hide the picks for the future so that I don't get thrown off. FoughtFoos took Arctic Treeline here. Out of a pretty weak pack, you don't really want to be grabbing an Elderfang Disciple pick 2 to support your rare. Horizon Seeker is a reasonable card. I think it's better in sealed than it is in draft. That being said, Arctic Treeline, the white side of it is almost completely useless. White has 0 cards at common and uncommon that I can think of that care about snow. So really it's just the green side. So you're looking at a one color comes into play tapped Snowland. It can help you splash white. Generally, that's not something that most decks are trying to do, but maybe you pick up a Bound in Gold or two, and that sort of makes it make sense. Now, I mean, the pack is so weak that like I could sort of agree with taking the land here. Valkyrie's Sword is a card that I've definitely underrated. I've heard a lot of talk of this card being pretty good, especially if you can get a couple of Gold Vein picks on your flyers, and then you actually end up with 7 mana, or a turn where you have 7 mana. That'd be a card I would be lightly considering here, as well as Mistwalker, which is just a very solid blue common. It's going to fit in a multicolored green deck if that's where we end up going with Sarulf Realm Eater. So I think that I would take Mistwalker here and see if the Snowlands come back later. We don't know if we're even going to need them all that much. You can play multicolor green and not need snow. So I think I'd be on Mistwalker here, but I can also respect taking the land. I think it's pretty close. So FoughtFoos picks up the land here. On to pick 3. Oh boy. So we got a Herald, which is an excellent creature on curve. If it didn't do anything other than just be a 3/2 menace, it'd be totally fine. The fact that you can find an elf from the top 5 is pretty great, or a warrior. So you should be able to fill your deck with enough things that this works. So I kind of like taking it here. You've got a strong black green card. There is a bit of a non-bow going on here where Herald wants you to play a ton of elves, which tend to be on the smaller side, and Sarulf just eats everything. But I think that you don't have to eat everything with Sarulf. You can just let it get bigger and bigger. And when it's favorable for you, you just eat everything with Sarulf. Or if it's not, you're just building up your board with Herald. And it seems like a win-win to me. So I'd be on Herald here. Overfeed the Serpent, I think. I realize that is probably pretty close too. But I've really liked the synergy of the Elves decks when they come together. And I think it's early enough that having picked up 2 strong green-black cards, you know, there's a good chance, because it's so early now, there's a good chance we're going to see a ton more cards, that we're going to see another one of these, or Binding the Old Gods, or just, you know, some reasonably good black, because people are underdrafting it. So I like taking Herald here. I could also see taking Feed here. FoughtFoos goes to the Feed, so a bit more on the control side, which, again, makes sense, because Cerulf kind of does want you to be a control deck, but I think it also does want you to attack and force your opponent to make some blocks they don't necessarily want to make. Feed does not put things in the graveyard, which does actually matter for Cerulf. So, but I mean, you know, I guess we're kind of splitting hairs here. We've got 2 excellent black cards to start off here. Let's see where we get to next. Well, I love me a Clarion Spirit. It's probably my favorite card in the format. So out of this pack, I'd probably just take it. We could drop Cerulf, end up black-white double spell, or maybe we just see some good stuff and drop the Clarion Spirit. Interesting, if we'd taken Herald, would we take Koma's Faithful here just because it's an elf? Probably not. I think Clarion Spirit is too powerful to pass up here, so I'd take that here. And FoughtFoos agrees. Right on. I like that pick. Fall the Imposter. Okay. So we could be getting into a little bit of a green, black, white Abzan kind of deck here. Fall the Imposter is pretty darn strong, especially if Clarion Spirit ends up making a couple of 1/1s for us. Make them into 2/2s, kill the opponent's thing. Yeah, really over nothing here. Maybe we wheel Master Scald to go with it. So I like Fall here. Nice. And one pretty good. Why not the second? I mean, there is a Battlefield Raptor here. So there's that. And there's a black-green duel, but I don't think I'm taking a non-snow dual land over a card as powerful as Fall. After we just got past one, we're getting past another. I think we expect to see pretty powerful green-white stuff come in this direction in the next, in pack 3. Maybe we get a Maya super late or something. I think we just stay on plan, take another Fall. And if I wasn't going to take Fall here, I would take Raptor and try to wheel it. But I don't think you wheel it here. And I think we still have outs to just be multicolor good stuff. So I would take another Fall here. FoughtFoos agrees. And not much going on here. Man, this set definitely has that feel to it where sometimes you just look at a pack and there's just nothing good in it. I guess a lot of sets have that. But here we are. I actually think Skemfar Shadow Sage could be the choice. It's good at sort of stabilizing you. Maybe we gain 2-3 life off of it. Elf and Cleric are reasonably easy creature types to get a hold of, and like Changeling and stuff like Masked Vandal is going to support it. So I could see that if we want to lean towards black. I could see taking Starnheim Courser. It feels a bit early to take this card, but we have 2 Sagas that are going to cost 1 less because of the Courser, and plus it wears these +1/+1 counters quite well. So I think it's between these 2 cards. And honestly, having gotten past Clarion Spirit double Fall, I think I'd just stick to white. Again, black, not super flexible, not super powerful. If we're gonna get shipped good green-white stuff, I think I just want to lean into that. So I would take the Courser here. FoughtFoos agrees. And on to the next here, Colossal Plow. I've yet to cast this card. I know that people have had success with it. I don't know. I'm out. I don't think I care for it here. I think I'd just probably take Doomscar Oracle. It's pretty good with Clarion Spirit. Going turn 2 Foretell, turn 3 Spirit Oracle, and get a 1/1 flying is a start that I've had a fair bit in this format, and I've enjoyed it a lot. So I would take Doomscar here. Ooh, FoughtFoos goes for Elderfang Disciple. Well, for the reasons I mentioned earlier, just the fact that we've gotten past some really excellent green-white stuff, I would just be sticking to the white train. And I think that Doomscar Oracle is probably underrated at this point. People kind of hate the card, and it's not great, but I think it fits what we have quite well. So I would be looking to pick it up here. On to rounding out this pack, I should say. Another Disciple on the wheel. That's not bad. Okay. So, could be into some grindy multicolored green. There's a Code Spell Cleric we could have picked up. I think if we grabbed Doomscar Oracle in the previous pick 8, we would definitely be grabbing Code Spell Cleric here to help our Clarion Spirit and do the double spell thing. I think given this route of just double Disciple, the color that's kind of holding us together is green, kind of. So we want to play Cerulf, we want to play Falls if we can. So I get taking Recluse here. I could also see just taking Kennel Master. I've not found Recluse to be very good, but it will shore up a weakness to flyers, and it's cheap. So yeah, I like it. Pick 11, take a Shield Mate. Yep, like that. Story Seeker over Coma Faithful. I mean, I'm definitely down with Story Seeker because I would. Well, actually, here I might just take Cleric because I would have taken. I can't remember the name of it. Doomscar Oracle, and then Cleric, and then a second Cleric gets even better. I like Story Seeker a lot, though. It wears 1/1 counters quite well from the Falls, and I think that would be a pretty close pick. In this case, yeah, I think you still just want Story Seeker. I do like Coma's Faithful, though, after taking Double Disciple, but build up your elf count. Because we're going to have to decide if we're taking a card like Story Seeker, that makes me think that we're a more focused aggro deck. If we're taking a card like Coma's Faithful, that makes me think that we're more of a mid-rangey, maybe defensive control deck that's trying to leverage some of our more powerful cards here. So depending on what FoughtFoo's mindset was at this point in the pack, I think this is, while not like a super impactful pick, I think it's indicative of what direction we're trying to go down. Personally, I'd be trying to go down an aggro route, so I like this pick. But given the double Disciple picks, I wonder if FoughtFoos is thinking of going more of a control route, in which case I think I like Faithful just a little bit better. I would take Skull Raid here over Dogged Pursuit. I don't think this card is playable, and I think Skull Raid is pretty good. Valor the Worthy, sure, and Smashing Success. All right, on to pack 2. Oh my goodness, we have a Chariot, folks. So that's a slam dunk pick, I think. This is a bomb level card. And the only question is, are we going to try to play black, or are we just going to go white-green? I would probably just go white-green. FoughtFoos obviously slams the broken card, and away we go. Into an Elven Bow. I don't see anything else in this pack that's going to matter. Plus, this can get copied by the Chariot if you really need to. And I would probably take Usher here. Herald is interesting. We've got... I mean, we didn't take that Coma's Faithful, but we do have 3 elves so far. I just think our white is way better than our black, so I don't think I'm looking at either of these. Skim for Avenger is pretty good too, actually. I guess you'd take that before you'd take Herald, because you can trade off your Disciples and draw extra cards. But I don't know, man. I haven't found grinding to be very good in this format, and like in best of 1, I think we just beat down. I think that's what our deck's trying to do. I would take Usher here. And FoughtFoos agrees. Love it. Love that pick. All right. So the third Fall of the Imposter. Probably still what we want to take, but we need to be wary of our creature count here. There's not really any excellent creatures in this pack to take. We can hope to wheel Starnheim Courser or Gladewalker. So I think we take Fall here. And FoughtFoos takes the Fall. Man. Yeah, get past Shepherd of the Cosmos. Sure. I love Masked Vandal, but Shepherd is way too good, and that's what we're going to take here. And pick 6. Well, we've got triple Fall, so we're going to be putting a lot of 1/1 counters on a lot of creatures. I think Story Seeker is a clear choice over Besker's Shieldmate for that reason. In a vacuum, probably still like Story Seeker because equipment is quite good in this set. So I would take Story Seeker here. FoughtFoos goes for Shieldmate. I think for the reasons I said, Story Seeker is a clear pick for me there. But I mean, white 2-drop is gonna work out well. All right, nothing really here. We don't have any snow, so I don't think I'm interested in Ice Hide Troll. I guess I just take God's Hall Guardian in case we end up short on playables. FoughtFoos goes for Ice Hide Troll. I don't think either card's make our deck, so I don't think it matters. Pick 8. We did not take the Plow, so we don't care about the Ox. I would take Wings here. We don't have any combat tricks, and this can get people. People don't really play around this card. I would take Wings. Yep, nice. Running at this pack. Sure, Invoke, I don't think we're going to play. Another Wings. So white-green not super open in pack 2, but that is to be expected. Whew, late Master Skull. That feels pretty good with triple fall. Nice, wheel the Courser and take it over the Glade Walker. That makes sense to me. Making the 3 of our cards cost less mana, and Azeka's Chariot, so that's 4. Yeah, I like that a lot. We do want some more 2-drops if we can get them, and we do. Story Seeker, nice. So actually we got hooked up at the end of the pack there, but it looked like we were getting cut for a bit. Okay, this is an easy pack mate. I think it's going to be good with Clarion Spirit, and it's just good on its own. We don't really need removal. I mean, the falls are slow removal, but we're going to be looking to curve out, build up a huge board state, and just incidentally start picking out their creatures. I don't think we need to worry about getting struggle here. Again, we were talking about Valkyrie's Sword. If we had more of a Flyers deck with Goldvein picks, we'd be interested in it, but I think this is a clear pack mate, and we take that. Okay, so here we could consider taking Blizzard Brawl as some actual targeted removal. We're not going to have the Snow Claws active very often, so we need to think about how many big bodies we actually have that can utilize it, and the answer is not very many. We've got Packmate, which is going to trade with a lot of the 3/2s in the format. We've got Chariot, which can take something down. We've got Scald that can take something down. So there's probably an argument for just taking Mammoth Growth or another Story Seeker here. Our creature count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not counting Eyesight Troll. 11, 12, 13, 14. We're doing pretty well for creatures. So I think this is between Brawl and probably just Story Seeker, actually. We've got Double Wings as combat tricks, and Mammoth Growth is a bit clunky. So, yeah, it's pretty tough. I think I'd probably take the Brawl because I feel like we're going to end up with more 2s, and we might be able to play this, and we might just have to. So I would take the Brawl. Yep. Nice. All right, pick 3. Do we have anything to get with Rootless U? We actually do. We picked up a God's Hall Guardian, so I kind of like that. Ironically enough, I haven't talked about this, but we picked up Arctic Treeline that I wasn't really that down with, and now it's fixing our mana base. I'm looking at the Shimmerdrift Veil. We don't need it, so we already have Treeline. So I think I would actually pass on the Veil and maybe grab either Rootless U or Kaya's Onslaught. There's also a Raven's Wings here, which could be kind of useful, but it looks like we're going to have a decent amount of creatures. The Flying Double Courser and Clarion Spear are going to provide some flyers for us. Fall, Shepherd. Fall going to buff them. Shepherd's another flyer. I don't know that this deck needs Raven's Wings. I think I'd just take the Rootless U. We could use another 5, and then we could call this God's Hall Guardian in the deck and tutor it up. Yeah, could see Kaya's Onslaught too. We're not a run amok deck, but that can be a pretty powerful one as well. So I think either of these cards is a reasonable pick. Foos goes with the Onslaught. Dig it. Literally nothing here for us. We did take a Blizzard Brawl. I guess we take Snow Forest here over Mammoth Growth. Yep. And pick 5. Bunch of nothing. I guess we'll take Raven's Wings. I would not take this card other than for the gems, but we definitely... I guess I shouldn't say we definitely can't play it, but if we try to splash this, it's going to be kind of rough, I think. I guess it's okay to spec on. Maybe we end up getting past a couple green-black duels and free roll it, and it's gems. And I guess Raven's Wings probably isn't making the deck. But I think if I was trying as hard as possible, I'd probably take the Wings here. Yeah, another Master Scald seems real good with these falls. Also, Stalwart Valkyrie is quite good. Probably just take Stalwart Valkyrie. I wonder if Master Scald is just enough better, given we have triple fall, that we should take it here and not hope to wheel it. But Valkyrie's real good with triple fall because you can make it into a 4/3 or a 5/4 or something. So I think I'd just take the Valkyrie. Yeah, nice. All right, pick 7. All right, we'll see the Master Scald anyways. Do we want to take Sculptor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could use another 2-drop. Even though it's not like a super excellent one. It might boost our mana a little bit. We also might wheel a Story Seeker from a pack before. and I'm not sure what our count is right now, but if we were close to being at playables, I might just take the Sculptor. I don't know. It's close between these two. We don't really need either of them, but they're both kind of good. I think I just take the Sculptor. More 2-drops is good for falls to make them 3/3s. Shepherd plays well with it. Clarion Spirit plays well with it. I think I'm on Sculptor here. And as is FoughtFoos. Probably Broken Wings. Doesn't really matter. Warhorn Blast, sure. I don't think we're playing it. Here I would take Codespell Cleric by a mile. We didn't pick up Rootless U. There's no reason to take this card. I think we take Cleric. Use it for Clarion Spirit. Put counters on it with Fall. I think this card's better than it looks. I would take it here. Story Seeker on the wheel. Nice. Rootless U on the wheel. Oh my. Okay, Mammoth Growth. Raven's Wings on the wheel, so Master Skull on the wheel. None of these picks actually ended up mattering, but yeah, right on. So, you know what? Like, super solid deck, great curve, and didn't end up playing Furia's, obviously, Troll. So if there's any picks I could go back to, I think, I mean, it did end up mattering. Like, this deck ended up being busted. I don't think we really missed out on anything. A couple of the picks I might have gone back to would have been like taking, I don't know, like a Story Seeker over a Disciple, or, you know, whatever over Ice-Hide Troll, but it didn't end up mattering at all. Green-White was super open in the seat, and FoughtFoos recognized that fairly early on with getting past Clarion Spirit and Double Fall, and opening a Zekus Chariot always helps. And congratulations on a trophy deck. Awesome deck, awesome draft, and I wouldn't change a thing here, except maybe, can we get Blizzard Brawl in? I don't know. Nah, we're fine. Deck's dope. 7-1. Well played. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like for me to review one of your drafts, you can post the link to it in the comments below or in my Discord channel, which will be linked in the description below. Please like and subscribe if you found this video useful. We will see you next time. Bye for now.